Hello, for today's video I thought I would recreate a look that I'd done about October last year. I didn't film it, it's not on my channel, but I'd done this look when I went to Elro in Glasgow, so it's just like a rave kind of event. So I created this look. I really love playing about with bright makeup, so I thought I would start a little, not a series, but I have a few rave makeups coming up that I have worn at previous raves and I want to wear to upcoming raves. So I thought I would film this look today to start off this little rave makeup series. So the palette I used to create this look is the Sampo Beauty 35Y palette, and I just absolutely love it. It's such a bright palette, it's got all the colours you actually need in it, and it's just amazing. So this video went really badly. I filmed it once, took it all off, deleted that footage, filmed again, the eyeliner went wrong, took it off, phoned my mum, had a meltdown over eyeliner, done it again, and it finally turned out the way I wanted it. If I seem a bit off in this video, it is because I am taking an absolute bitch fit that my makeup wasn't going right. Anyway, this is how it ended up turning out, and also in this video I reached for some products that I haven't used in a while and ended up really liking the way it turned out. Like the bronzer, blush, highlight, haven't reached for them in so long, but I love the way it turned out. I absolutely love it. After all the bitch fits, it finally turned out the way I wanted it, so I'm just glad that I got this video filmed. Enough the rambling. So if you want to see how I created this look, my bitch fits, just keep watching. So I'm going to start with a red shade and put this on the outer V of each eye, kind of just packing it on. I do find with this Sampo Beauty palette that the more you blend out, it really like kind of disappears quite quickly, so you need to pack a lot on. And I primed my eyes with a P. Louise base. I got it for Christmas and I honestly love it. I'm late to the game. I'm late to like every makeup game, but I stick to what I know and what I like a lot of the time. This is why I tend to always use the same eyeshadow palettes, but one of my New Year's resolutions was to try new makeup, buy new makeup and get new like makeup palettes, because I'm dying to try so many, but I just don't branch out and get them. But I think I will need to, because there's so much palettes that I want to try. So I'm just packing the red on about this much on each eye. It's like 1/3 of my eye. Actually this is more of like half as red. But so I'm just adding the orange on next to that red and kind of blending it into the red as I go. Because we want it all to blend nicely together. Same with this one. The orange is the shade in this palette that doesn't show up the most pigmented, but when it's on it does look really, really nice. It does look a bit crazy right now because the way that I've got the red positioned, but I will blend it out, don't worry. Like I'll actually add a little bit more just now, so it kind of comes out the way. Now onto the yellow. I'm just going to pack that on the inner corner in the last section of my eye. I love this yellow, it's like a luminous. Love, love, love. Same again, I'm going to blend that a little bit into the orange as well, so it all blends nicely together. I know I'm jumping from eye to eye, but that's just the way that it works best for me, especially when I'm doing an eye look like this. Okay, going back in with orange, blending it in a little bit. All my makeup brushes are like really dirty, so this little thing is honestly such a lifesaver. It's a colour cleaner and it's like a little sponge, and it just takes off all the shadow that was on the brush before. I really need to wash my brushes. I've not been washing them as much as I used to, but I do work full time, so it is a bit of a challenge getting everything done before I want to film, because sometimes I do work 6 days a week, so I have very limited time, and since YouTube is obviously just a hobby for me, I need to pick and choose like when I do things. So, but I do need to make a day to wash my makeup brushes because they're getting nasty. Not so much my face brushes, it's just really my eyeshadow brushes. Right, I'm quite pleased with this, so I'm just going to blend out the red a bit. I feel with this palette, when you start blending the colour out, it kind of disappears a little bit. So it's a case of blending it out, packing it on, blending it out, packing it on, and stuff like that. And I'm just going to take a very gentle hand with it to blend everything out up top and out the sides. As you can see, it has taken away a lot of the red. It's kind of turned a little bit pink, and it does go a bit patchy, which I'm not obviously the greatest fan of. I'm actually not mad about the way this is blended out. I like the way it looks pink now. It's not as bright and vibrant as reds. I'm just going to have to pack that orange on again. This orange is driving me mental. This is how the eyes are looking just now. I actually really like it. It's a lot different from the look that I done when I first done this look at Elro, but I'm actually really liking it. Before it was really blocky, but I'm liking the way this is blended out, and I think I will just leave it like that. It's not perfect, the orange isn't like coming through as much as it did before, but I'm really enjoying the way that it's looking. So I think I'm going to put eyeliner on and then move on to the rest of my face. I'm really happy with the way this has turned out now. Earlier on I was having a big crisis. I texted Harry, I was like, nah, not filming. He's like, leave at 10 and go back. So I straightened my hair and came back, and it's going well. So I'm just going to put eyeliner on. The eyeliner I'm using is the L'Oreal Paris Tattoo Signature eyeliner pen. So I have 2 different eyeliner shapes, which is absolutely amazing. That's exactly what I was going for. Love that for me. So what I'm going to do is turn the camera off, take this side off, sort the eyeshadow on this side, and then come right back to you. Because this video is an absolute fail, but I refuse to give up again. So this video will go up on YouTube, and I will like it. Right, this is the best I'm going to get with the liner and the lashes. It does look a bit better with lash, so I'm not going to lie. Apart from this gap, I hate the gap that I get that the lashes never seem to fill. I'm going to move on to the face and then go back to mascara and lower lash line. So I'll zoom you out a little bit. Right. I'm going to tie my hair back because it is newly straightened and it is just getting in my road. So I'm going to take my foundation. The foundation I'm using is the Rimmel London Lasting Radiance foundation, obviously, and I'm using True Ivory, and I'm going to put it on my brush. I've really been liking the way it applies with a brush recently, and then I go over it with a beauty blender. So I do the lower half of my face first and then do my forehead last, and weirdly enough I powder my forehead first because it seems to crease the most, but I'm scared of needles, so no Botox is going to be happening. Don't ever forget the ears. I usually use a smaller brush to like go around my eyebrows, but hopefully this is the only thing that goes right in this video. actually is not too bad. Right, onto the forehead. I'm totally over this video already. I've had so much going wrong. It's just not going right. So hopefully the end product is good. So I'm sorry if my attitude is a bit rubbish, because it's just went wrong from the very start. The minute I started filming, it just went absolutely wrong. For powder, I'm actually going to use the PS My Perfect Colour mattifying powder, and it's in the shade Porcelain, and this is by Primark. I actually love Primark's makeup brands, it's really good. I'm just going to powder my forehead before I do concealer to stop my forehead creasing. For concealer, I'm going to use the Rimmel London Lasting Matte Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Porcelain, just for under my eyes, to kind of brighten that area up, because I do have really dark bags. And just blend that out with my beauty blender. To set my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun loose powder. I absolutely love this stuff, and I'm just going to use a brush because the brush just fits right under my eye. And I'm just going to go back and use the PS My Perfect Colour powder for the rest of my face while this bakes. I'm actually going to grab a bronzer that I haven't tried in a while. It's the Milani Baked Bronzer in 05 Soleil. Don't know how to pronounce that. But I haven't reached for it in a while, so I'm going to try it. It's a really nice warm tone bronzer, and since this eye look is very warm, I'm going to give it a bash. Right, I'm just going to blend it out a bit with a big fluffy brush. I'm liking the colour of it. I used to really hate orange bronzers, but recently I've been loving orangey bronzers. I think it's since I started wearing fake tan again, because I went through a stage of about nearly 2 years of not wearing fake tan, and I used to be the fake tan goddess. Like 3 times a week I was fake tanning. So maybe that's what it was. And the only bronzer I used to use when I didn't fake tan was Hoola and Hoola Light. So maybe it's because I've fake tanned. Even though my tan's coming off a little bit, I think maybe I'm reverting back to orange tone bronzers, or orange bronzers, because I'm wearing fake tan again. A concept. And I think since I used a Milani bronzer, I'm going to reach for my Milani Baked Blush, and this is in Berry Amore. And I'm going to put that on as well. Sometimes I won't wear blush, but I think I'll put it on today. On the apples and going up a little bit on the bronzer. And again, taking this big handy dandy brush, I'm just going to blend it out a bit, because I clearly don't know how to apply blush properly, because it just goes on and stays there. Right, for highlight, I don't know what highlight to actually use. I used to love this one by MAC. It's the Show Gold Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Is my eyelash coming off? I'm not really sure what one I want to use. I think I will use the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Show Gold. This was my favourite blush ever for so long. Now that I'm putting it on, it's actually quite cool toned. But it works. With how terrible this video started, I'm actually really enjoying the way that it's going and the way it's turning out. so I won't have to have a 2007 Britney Spears meltdown anymore. I'm going back to the Sample Beauty eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take a very small brush. I'm going to take that red and put it under my lower lash line. Zoom in. And I'm also going to take another small brush and take the yellow and put that right on inner corner and kind of connect it to that red, just to pull everything together. Right, liking that. Looks a bit messy, but it's fine. Right, I'm going to take my mascara. I'm using the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational. I'll just apply that to top and bottom lashes. Last but not least, I have lips, and I'm going to go for a very natural lip. I'm going to take the NYX lip liner in Brown Cafe. I just line my lips to have a little outline. I'm going to take MAC Honey Love. Okay. So this is how the makeup turned out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for my bitch fits throughout, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one.